there, I'm Yana, and I'll be reading to you from Musings of a Christian Physician on the Physical and Spiritual Healing of Man by Dr. Joseph DeMay. I'll be reading from week 7, day 4. And the scripture preached the gospel to Abraham beforehand. So then, those who are of faith are blessed with believing Abraham. Galatians 3, 8 and 9. Now it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. Then he said, Take now your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. Genesis 22, 1 through 2, emphasis added. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3, 16, emphasis added. And suddenly a voice came from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Matthew 3, 17, emphasis added. So this morning we start dissecting the offering up of Isaac found in Genesis 22. It is a true historical story, but also a type of things to come. Abraham probably already had a pretty good idea of God's ultimate plan of salvation, starting when God first called him to leave his country in Genesis 12. When God told Abraham he would make of him a great nation, see Galatians 3:8. But this event would have given a lot more clarity since it was obviously primarily about God and his Son. Notice the emphasis on only Son and whom you love in verse 2 of Genesis 22. Interesting, right? Abraham had 2 sons at that time, Ishmael and Isaac. Only God had 1 son. And what about that love thing? Isn't that superfluous? Wouldn't any father love his son? God wanted to emphasize just how much the Son was loved. He was looking 2,000 years into the future, when he would have to actually turn away from the one most beloved thing in the universe to him, and let his obedient, sinless Son take the punishment for all the sins of fallen humankind. An act of love so overwhelming that the universe would never question the great love of God again. God is allowing a similar event to play out now in the land of Moriah, but it will have a very different ending, as we will eventually see. But we'll take our time in this incredible land of Moriah.